that feminine women don't do to turn a masculine man off. Welcome to the Black Swan Relationship Academy channel. My name is Magdalena and I'm gonna be your coach for today for Monday Men Talks. Here, growing up as a feminine woman, and sometimes we can be pretty, we can be ambitious, we can be beautiful. However, there is this one little trait that is gonna just turn off any masculine man, and it might be something that we don't even realize that we hold that trait in us. So I'll give you a few tips. We're gonna focus on some and I'll just break it down for you. Don't take everything too seriously. Fair enough. We are here for finding a man, being with a man, having a meaningful relationship. And we are serious about it. We are serious about a man, about dating, about showing up as a feminine. However, we are taking too serious a small joke, a little bit of a banter. Sometimes we show up as very negative because somebody made a joke, a man that you went on a date, he just was quite stressed or so. Come on, you're a beautiful woman. He have you in a restaurant, he might get a little bit shy and nervous, so he might make a goofy joke. So what we don't want to do, we don't want to make this man feel uncomfortable and show up as not a nice, rude person. We don't want that, ladies. We don't want that. We want to be feminine. We want to be smiling. We want to take the compliments what the man is saying. Trust me, those men are happy that they have you in a restaurant with them. Remember, you are always a prize, and the men are there to cherish you, to have a good time with you. So don't get everything too serious. You know, the man might be, like I say, nervous and might just throw a silly comment. But don't take it too serious. Obviously, if there's something that offends you, offends your character, then if it's inappropriate, then you will just set the boundaries. You will say no to that. However, if he's just making a small joke, if you don't understand it, ask him like, oh, hold on, what did you say? Did you just say that I'm a silly Billy? Laugh it off, laugh about it, be playful, have fun. That's what we do. All right, ladies. Another point, ladies who show up with low energy. Oh my goodness, this is a bummer. As you can see, you see me on Chengi's website, on Chengi's event, and on her Facebook group. I'm quite cheerful and positive and bubbly. This is my character. This is my natural persona. Don't get me wrong, we all have our days when we feel down, when we feel sad, a little bit angry, something upset us. This is normal. We are all human beings and we all going through various emotions during the day, in a week, in a month. This is normal. However, you need to be in your positive energy. When you're meeting a man, you should feel butterflies. I used to date a man, love of my life, you could say. And every time it was coming up to the date and he would be texting me and I had butterflies. I was doing my makeup and my hands were shaking. I was so excited to see him. And trust me, the energy, the vibe that you have in when you're just laughing, it's making him happy as well. He's done like, oh my gosh, he's there with me. He's so proud to show you all of those beautiful glowing energy because it shows. And even when you're texting, even if you're on online dating and you texting but you show up as moody, the person on the other side of the phone, he will feel it. He will feel it and will be like, oof, her energy is not nice. There is something off about her. And then he's not going to be trying to pursue you. He's not going to try to engage with you or meet up with you. So remember, always have this good energy. Do like a little ritual. For me, if I'm in a rubbish mood, like we sometimes are, I've got my trusty playlist of the songs, and I'll just take my songs, put it on the speaker, and blast it off. Start dancing, shaking a little bit of my booty, just making fun moves. Woo! That automatically building up my energy, you know. I'm kind of hyped in, I'm in my all energy, and I'm happy. And then the man feels it, because the men reciprocate the energy that the woman brings to the table. So if you're showing up, let's say the man is coming to picking you up in the car, and then you sit down with him. It's like, hi, yeah, hello. Oh, how was your babe? Yeah, it was alright. This man automatically thinks like, oh, there was something going on. But men don't pick up on those things like, oh, let me just ask her what's going on, whether what's this or that. You don't want to start your date that way. You want to be just, hi, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see you. Be always up in your good energy, because that's very attractive. You're going to push away a man if you constantly, I don't feel like it. Oh baby, shall we go to the cinema? Nah, there is no good movies. Men don't want to date moody, miserable ladies. So always be in your good energy, in your good vibe. Put that playlist on. Listen to the song that makes you happy for 20 times. Have it on a row, constantly do it. If it works for you, well done. And then gradually you will just feel better, yeah? But if every time you go on a date and you don't feel like you want to go on a date with the same person, maybe that's your spirit telling you a little bit, oh, maybe it's not the person for you. So be mindful with that, but always show up with a positive energy. Number 3, ladies. I showed 2. Number 3. Never go on the phone while you're on the date. How rude is that? You know, I have a friend that each time when we're meeting up, we're going out for the lunch, and she's just there, oh, hold on, and she's there on her phone. You know, I understand if somebody have a business and they need to be available, but you know what, for me personally, it's really in your good manners when you put in the time aside. There is a time for work, there is a time for fun, and there is a time to spend the time with that person who sits next to you. I'm the type of a person that, you know, I like speaking, I like to engage with a person. I'm very bubbly, so there is always conversation, but you know, I know that I always bring that to the table, my energy, my bubbliness. But if the person there, it sits there on a phone, it looks like this person is ignoring you, right? So you don't want the man that you chose to go on a date with, you don't want him to feel like you're ignoring him. You want to give him the attention. If there's something that you really need to do, if it's an emergency, just apologize, like, oh, I'm so sorry, but I've got just this emergency, I will just quickly deal with that and I'm just back to you, I'm so sorry, and put the phone away. I understand there are single moms who have babysitter troubles or something. I understand there are, you know, little things that we can excuse. I understand that, but generally speaking, put the phone away. Okay, make this time for you and for him. Enjoy the person, ask him questions, have a laugh, and be in the presence of this person. Which that brings me to another point. Never show up vain. What does it mean? Vain ladies, do you have any friends around yourself? I've got few beautiful women, beautiful, absolutely stunning women, but when you're in their presence, they're so self-absorbed. How do I look? Do I look good? They walk down the street, you walk next to them, and suddenly you look at them, they're just completely ignoring you while you speak to them, and they're just checking themselves in every single mirror, in every single window exhibition. Can you imagine? That's quite unattractive. Don't get me wrong, be well put together. Be beautiful, feminine, smell gorgeous, you know, your hair done, your makeup is done. Be feminine, be girly, be natural, but don't Be vain. Men don't like vain women. They don't. Who likes a woman who is sitting there obsessed with her look? It's very unattractive. It's very unattractive. And showing up that way, it's a big turn off for the high value man. Because trust me, the girl who is not as pretty, but she's engaged in her high energy, in her positive, she's much more attractive than the woman who is self-absorbed and she ignores the person who sits in front of her. There is a big no-no, ladies. We don't do that here. Right. Another one. They never gossip about other women or other men. Imagine if you sit in a beautiful restaurant and there is a waitress. Mind you, I was on the lunch today with my friend, and there was a waitress. Her head was all over the place. You know, she didn't pick up our order properly. She mixed up our coffee. She gave me her coconut latte, and she got my hazelnut cappuccino. And we kind of like look at each other. I was like, okay, you know, it was a lovely place, but this lady, you know, clearly she maybe she was busy or so. But you know, the fun part about it is, if we would actually sit down there, it's like, oh my gosh, look at this woman, look at this girl, like what she's doing, why she's even working here. No, that looked very nasty, very cringy and very rude. Because in the mind of the man, he sits there and trust me, he's observing you. He's observing you. How do you pay attention to other people around you? What do you naturally do when nobody's watching? And it's very unattractive for a man, and actually for anybody, if you start talking and gossiping about people, right? I just gave you a simple example with a waitress, but you can pick up, oh my gosh, this lady at work, she's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And this is a man who invited you on a date thinking, oh wow, she's amazing. She's beautiful, warm-hearted, sweet, cute, and kind. And I was like, oh, I'm disappointed. She's like, all she's doing whole evening, she's talking about this girl or about ex-boyfriend or about somebody else. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do it. It's very unattractive. And that might be one trait, that everything might be beautiful and perfect on a date. But after this one little comment, the man might say like, you know what? I don't want to go on a date with her anymore because I thought she's very kind and lovely and nice, but she's quite actually rude. And that makes him think, oh, you know, that means that after a date, she probably ring to her friends, it's like, oh my gosh, this guy is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Because that's what he would naturally think. If she talks about a waitress, about the service, so quickly, then, you know, one little slip that I will do, she'll be just talking and talking and talking. And men want to shield themselves as well, because they're quite fragile as well, and they are very sensitive, and they respond to the respect, so that respect shows to everybody. And as a high value woman, you show up with a respect. You are respecting other people. Remember that. Another thing, you know what? We went for 5 points. I promise you 5. I'll give you another bonus one. High value woman is not mothering and don't give advice. Every masculine man is presenting himself as a provider, as a person who have his head properly screwed on, and he knows what he's doing. And big no from us is when we are advising or correcting a man. We don't do that. We don't do that because we can hurt his ego. We all have ego, but men especially, they want to show up as this strong man, the strong provider, the man who can take care of everything for us. They want to be the leader. This is how they're wired. The high value men, that's how they're wired, that things come to them naturally. Don't get me wrong, they all struggle with the simple thing of putting the table or so, or screwing bits for like a flat pack from IKEA or something, I don't know. But hurt and bruised ego, it's not a good look. It's not a good look, and it might just put the bad taste in the man when we're trying to do it. We might not even realize that. It might be because, you know, our mom was in her masculine and she had to do everything by herself, or because the father was absent, so the mom had to stood up and she knows how to do everything. She knows how to put a frame on the wall. And this is the man's demeanor. That's what the man is doing. The man wants you just to relax and he will take care of it. And then he's very happy. So what are you doing? You are praising him for something. Let's say your head shower in a bathroom just fell off, and he just went to your place, bought the pieces, and tried to put it for you, but something is like, you know, not right. Something is, you know, messed up, and there is a little bit of a leakage, and the whole bathroom is a disaster. That's how it was with my ex-husband. My first impression was like, oh my goodness, you did something wrong. Oh my gosh. No, this is not how you do it. You have the instruction over here. Why didn't you even put the instruction? Why did you even read it? Oh no, you're doing it wrong. Big no-no, ladies. Big no-no, because that man, his brain is like, oh, so I'm coming here, I bought the things, I'm trying to help you out, yet you criticizing me. His ego is bruised. And do you think the next time when you're gonna ask him for help because your TV stand was broken, do you think he will come and help you out with it? No, he won't. Why? Because we pushed him away. So remember, if there is something that you see that he struggles with and you want to help, ask him for permission if you might help, or if you might say your opinion about certain thing. Ask him for permission, because otherwise his ego will be very bruised and he'll be upset and he will close himself to you. And it's a quite long way to pass that stage to get him back on the road where you guys were used to be. Because ultimately what he wants to do, he wants to please you, he wants to help you. And not every man have right and left hand to technical things, or to, you know, do it yourself homeware or so. Not every man got those set of skills. Some of them, they have two left hands, but it gives him a great pleasure to make you happy. So cherish that. Be grateful always. I'll give you one more bonus. Women that come late on a date. Ladies, we don't do that. We don't do that. The man is making an effort. We should make an effort as well. Yes, I know, in the magazines or in the TV, women have 15 minutes to make an entrance, to make things more interesting. Or she's not there. Oh, look at her. She's walking in all of her glory. Yes, it's a social faux pas as well. You want to show up for him on the time. If you're running late, let him know beforehand. If you will know that you're gonna run really, really late, make sure that he knows that way before. Why? Because he, most likely, he booked a restaurant, he had a booked table for a certain time. And if he doesn't know till the last minute that you're running late, you guys might lose the table. Obviously, he might be creative. He might come out with another option, like go to the bar and have some drinks and then wait for another table. But he should know before. But this is the worst case scenario, right? So let's try to be on time. Okay, and obviously, lady, there is one big faux pas as well that everybody speaks about it. Don't be needy. Men don't like needy ladies. Men don't like girlfriend who is nagging, who is texting them 1,000 times while he's at work, hard working, trying to provide, and then, oh my gosh, he didn't text me back, he doesn't love me, and you're texting him constantly. That pushes him away. Men, in their natural, and women as well, we need our space. We need our space just to breathe. I'm extrovert. We were talking about it with Chengi the other day. I'm an extrovert, but I do take from my introvert as well every now and then. So I have this good balance. I love to be with the people. I love to engage with the people, but there are moments when I want to just be by myself and work on myself, do things that make me happy, focus on my hobbies, and I don't need people to just be there constantly. I've got this good balance. So with a man who is a high value and who have his life, good life, he is willing to share everything with you, but not you having this life with him, as in like you live his life and you don't give him a space to breathe, and you over giving too much, and in that place the man is like, oh my goodness, she texted me here, she calls over here, then quickly it's escalating for you guys to argue it, because all you do, you just want his attention. You want his attention. High value woman have her hobbies, have her skills, have her job, and have her fruitful life, beautiful life, exciting life. Maybe there is something about you that you need to improve within yourself. That's what we do. We work on ourselves, but we're not leaning on the man and living their lives. Oh baby, you didn't call me. Oh baby, why didn't you came after work? Oh, this and that, this and that. Have a little bit of your own life, so then when you guys gonna meet on a date, you can share, you can speak about it, you can speak about this wonderful time, and you can tell him your thoughts about it. Alright ladies, that's it for today, for the Man Talk Mondays here on the YouTube channel on the Black Swan Relationship Academy. Thank you very much for watching, and if you have any questions or so, you can leave the comment underneath, and if you want to work with me one-on-one or with any amazing coaches here in Black Swan Relationship Academy, go to the link in the bio and hit the website and subscribe, and I wish you all an amazing week, ladies. Take care of yourself. Bye.